Oh, man, when was the last time I made a YouTube video? Yikes. Well, hey, we're back now. Welcome to Nat One Fun. Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, I've been on hiatus for a little bit, but unfortunately it's because I have been sick recently and I just kind of haven't had the brain power to put out another video. But lucky for you all, today we have a sponsored video. That's right. Nat One Fun is officially sponsored by CrowdFundr today. CrowdFundr is a creator-friendly crowdfunding platform that you can go and literally crowdfund for free. They have different tiers, but you can go there and take your project that you've created in the TTRPG space and for all intents and purposes, crowdfund for free, which is better than a lot of other places can say. So with that, they have allotted me the opportunity to check out a few of their upcoming projects. Currently, we are smack dab right in the middle of what is called Tabletop Nonstop. It is a program that the website has put together that kind of spotlights different creators from around the TTRPG space. Now, some of these projects are quite small. Some of them have project goals of no more than $100, but some of them quite hefty, some pushing around $2,500, $5,000. Now, that being said, today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going over a few of the projects. Some of them have already been funded, but you need to see them because they're great. And a couple of them are not funded yet, but with your help, maybe they can reach that goal and, you know, deliver a product. Now, today we're going to be talking about 4 different projects, okay? One of them is called Project ECCO. The second one is called Ailing Away. Then we have Derelict Delvers. And we're going to talk about a fourth and final one, but we're going to save that for the end. You can check that out once we get to it. The first one we'll check out is Project ECCO. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Now, Project ECCO already had a 2.5K goal for their project that already got met, but just let me talk about it real quick and tell you why they're already at $4,300 as of today. It is because they have an incredible system that they've set up for a single player game. And if you don't know what a single player journaling TTRPG is, let me go ahead and explain it. Do you remember back in the day, whenever we were kids, we used to read books that had like multiple endings or choose your own adventures? This is just another kind of way of, I guess, building on that and creating a huge adventure from prompts or things that you might get through drawing cards or dice or whatever it may be. And this project kind of builds on that idea and sets it in a time traveling situation. So for instance, you work for the mysterious organization known only as the Agency, tasked with tracking a time-consuming entity throughout an entire year. Project ECCO is a game of time travel and cosmic horror, a solo journaling game with a twist. Time travel across the pages of a planner, writing in and marking up the dates based on prompts as you go, ultimately creating an artifact of your travels through time. Now, as I've kind of previously described, this is a solo journaling adventure that allows you basically to play with different mechanisms. So for instance, you'll be playing with dice, playing cards, tarot cards, and coins to kind of build upon the story and kind of lead you around the journal in different times. So this crowdfunder actually has 2 different things that they're going to be offering. One is the zine and one is the planner. The zine is kind of like your rule book. It's going to have all the things that you need to run the game. It tells you what's going on. It'll have all the prompts that you're going to need. And the planner is actually a really cool way of keeping everything that you get during the game journaled down in a more, I guess, game specific way, instead of just picking up a blank journal and kind of just writing in it. Now, what's really cool about this is the character sheet is actually a bookmark that you place in your journal to kind of like signify what time period you're in currently. Other than that, it's going to have your inventory, your encounters, and identity all written on that bookmark, which I think is pretty cool. This to me just seems like a really cool project. You should check it out. It has time travel. It's a solo game. You can play by yourself. You don't need to have a whole group of people to play with, but it just seems extremely cool. All right, moving on to the next project. All right, so the next project is called Derelict Delvers. This one has not yet been funded. Currently, as the video is being made, it is at 841 pounds, which is going to be, let's see, almost $900 USD. But they have a goal of currently 1K. So they are nearly there. We could help push them over if we collectively go and buy this thing. But I'm telling you, this one stood out to me because I'm a big sci-fi fan. I love Death in Space. I love stuff like I have like the Alien RPG behind me. I have, oh gosh, what's the other one? I have Dark Matter, which is a 5e supplement, and it's just all I love my sci-fi. So this one stood out to me immediately, as it is called Derelict Delvers, and you can obviously tell what it's called, or where that comes from, because they are going to be scavenging anything from derelict ships to space stations and such. And as we kind of go through this, I'll read the first little bit here. Derelict Delvers is a thrilling, action-packed sci-fi role-playing game that immerses players in a struggle for survival and profit. The game takes place in a galaxy overrun by monstrous alien creatures who have destroyed humanity's peaceful exploration and diplomatic efforts. The players take on the roles of elite space troopers, scientists, and engineers who must explore derelict spaceships and space stations in order to scavenge for supplies, salvage for weapons and valuable resources, and ultimately hunt down the monsters that threaten the very existence of mankind. They are a team of skilled specialists who are on a mission to help humanity, but also themselves. Come on, that sounds like just super cool. The one thing that did stand out to me though, is apparently this can be run either solo or with a group. So that in itself is pretty cool. So if you don't have a group, you can play by yourself. Of course, it also says you'll be battling against a diverse array of monstrous alien creatures and overcome challenging threats and such. It says shape your own fate by making strategic decisions that impact the outcome of your mission and potentially your own personal gain. Now, what's really neat about this is that the game is already made. This CrowdFundr is specifically to pay for the person who made the game originally. This is kind of like, if you will, back pay for the amount of work that went into this thing. Now, regardless of whether or not this is funded, the game will still be published, according to the creator here. There are also no stretch goals, so they're basically saying they don't want to overpromise or under deliver, and give exactly what they have here on this page to us as people who are backing the project. The cool thing though about this whole thing is that there is a 28-page demo that you can download for free right now on the page. And of course, all of these projects that I'm talking about today will be linked down below in the description. Right, on to the next game. The third game that we're going to be talking about today is going to start off a little bit heavy, but then we'll get into it in just a second, and you can see why. Our third game is called Ailing Away, a consumptive solo mystery game that is played just like Clue, if you will, but there are a lot of differences. So first and foremost, big bold letters as soon as you start, the year is 1905 and you have tuberculosis. Congratulations, that's it, that's the game. No, and then also under gameplay it just says, it's like Clue plus kissing. And I mean, you got me there, I'm sold. So it says you could play this a lot like Clue, but it's meant to be played with one player. Now, you get to kiss your suspects. There is no board to set up, and all you need is the book, a deck of standard playing cards, a pair of 10-sided die, and of course, writing implements of your choosing. So there is going to be a zine that is roughly around 40 pages long that has all the illustrations and everything that you're going to need to play the game as well. Now they say this is a solo game, but they say that you could also play it one-on-one as a game master and player. This project currently has 14 days left in its run, but by the time you see this video, it's going to be around 13, 12-ish days. And that is going to be the time for you to jump in. So that way you can help support this project and get it done, get it crowdfunded. All right. And we round out today's video with the fourth and final crowdfunder, and that is inclusive artwork, fantasy stock art with disability representation for TTRPGs. Now, here's the deal. I'm all about stock art. I love being able to pull from different artists, Dean Spencer being one of my favorites for D&D and high fantasy. And you can see here on this crowdfunder that there is already a bunch of art that has been accomplished. Some of my favorites are the service animals that they have, the fantasy service animals. Wonderful representation there, as well as I mean, just in the artwork alone that they posted, you see people who are blind, you see people who are missing limbs, and people that might use canes. There are, you know, just a ton of representation just on the front page alone. And you can see that they are going to be adding a lot more as well. Now, this one is not funded, but it is at $712 currently, and their goal is only 1,000. So I think we can easily push that over the limit. They still have 27 days left. And here's the deal. This is all stock art, meaning that anybody, as soon as they purchase the book, can use it for any commercial uses. They can use it for any project that they might have. If you're making a TTRPG or would like art in your book and don't have the time to get an artist to make anything custom for you, you can have this and place it in your book, and you're good to go. So the stock art to me is a great option for getting art into your projects, however it might be. Now, as I said, for stock art, a lot of times you have to buy the rights to use them in commercial and personal use and stuff like that. And that is kind of written down here just as well. So for instance, their lowest tier, $2 will get you 40 uses for personal use, and 8 uses for commercial license. So basically you can use it in your book about 8 times and stuff like that. And it just goes up from there. $2 is literally nothing for the amount of effort that went into all this artwork. And then on top of that, it goes all the way down until finally you can get an everything commercial license, which I assume just means that you just have full rights to it and you can use it in your books as many times as you want, which is $50. So with that, I mean, the whole purpose of this though is to get more representation and disability artwork and stuff like that out there in the TTRPG world for use. That way it just becomes a little bit more normalized and we see it more often. That's kind of the whole point and purpose of this thing. And I appreciate that they're even doing this. So it's at 71% of its goal right now. I'd love to see it at 100. I'd love to see it at 200, but just, you know, let's try to get them to their goal first. And that's pretty much it for today. These 4 projects, again, 2 of them are already funded, 2 of them are not. I would love to see them get funded because they are 2 projects that I really enjoyed kind of looking at. The whole process of the crowdfunding on CrowdFundr is really neat because, again, it mostly goes to support the creator versus the platform. They do have options for completely free to the creator crowdfunding options, and then they have like a couple more that assist the buyer versus the creator just a little bit more in terms of like 5% going to the platform, and then it basically goes to support a little bit more. But those are for, like, you know, the larger projects. If you have some small projects that you want to pump out and you can make multiple projects and stuff like that, there's a lot of options on this website that aren't available in other crowdfunding websites, which is really cool. And again, a big TTRPG event is going on right now. So like, the whole point of this is that it is TTRPG focused, as it is called Tabletop Nonstop, and it's being spotlit by the website. So if you go to the website and check it out, there's gonna be links in the description below where you can check out the actual event that has all the projects that are involved. So this is only 4 projects in a list of projects. And so I chose some that kind of stood out to me, but there might be projects on there that stand out to you as more of like going down the line. So there's stuff like different tarot cards. There's different like Vampire the Masquerade projects. There's different zines that are like 5e compatible. All kinds of stuff. You should definitely check it out. Link in the description below. If you want more videos like this in the future, please don't be afraid to let me know. Shout it out in the comments. Let me know on Twitter, whatever it is. But yeah, go check out those projects today, and yeah, we'll see how well they get funded, and maybe one of these days we'll get a hold of them ourselves, and we'll see what it actually plays like. So with that, thank you all for hanging out, and I appreciate you all for all the new subs, everybody that just subscribed to the channel recently. I can't tell you how much that means to me, so thank you so much. And I hopefully will be back with more videos soon. I've got a couple in the pocket right now. I'll give you a little bit of a preview. How about this? The year was 1982, and TSR, or Tactical Studies rules, created our first peek into the world of Dragonlance, just in case you missed something or want to go back at a later time. And since I know it's going to come up in the comments, actually? Anyways. Okay, that's enough. So thank you all for sticking around, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.